Mm-hmm. And so what if you fail? Now you know how to take on the situation when it comes again. Now you know how to maneuver after that. So what?
Yep. So let's do.
Welcome back to another episode of the Walking Life Journey podcast. For those that are listening to this podcast for the very first time, we want to say it's a pleasure to be surrounding you in your space. And those that continue to follow, like, share, comment, and have committed to the WLJ community, we appreciate you more than words can explain. I am Nikita White.
I'm Keandra White.
And I'm Lorenzo White.
And together we make the White family. And we are walking this journey called life. Where can they find us?
Lowe's, Zamzo's, Home Depot, Carl's Jr. on the third Thursday of the month. Y'all didn't let me get it in on the last podcast.
Hey, that's your line. That's your line. That's your line. If you miss your line, you miss your line.
That's
Get
right.
in where you
Y'all
fit
comment,
in.
let them know.
Go ahead, White.
Like I always say, you won't find us there.
Say that.
But you can find us on Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon. You can join our wonderful Facebook group. And you can also follow us on TikTok and, of course, YouTube.
Absolutely. So you got many different ways to catch us. And we hope that you will get something out of each series that you want to just come back time after time.
That's right.
So yes, this is season 4 and we are on episode 4 and we are exploring a word series. Not just any word series. We are having a word that's hitting us for some reason and is making an impact on our life.
Okay.
That's what it is. Okay. And so we are using these words to shape our lives, to inspire our community, to help us grow, and to just push us to being better and better each day.
Good stuff.
But today's word, you want to tell the community what we're talking about today?
What are we talking about?
Yes. So today we are talking about courage.
Courage like the lion. Yeah. Courage, a word that we hear so often,
yes.
But one, we sometimes forget how personal and how powerful it really is.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about what courage means, how it shows up, and how you can tap into it even when fear feels louder than hope.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is courage? Let's start there. Define courage. What is courage?
So, you want to take it?
No,
courage is being...
Your college.
It's being brave. But a huge misconception of courage is that you're doing something without fear. But it's not about the absence of fear. It's doing things despite your fear. It's overcoming. It's standing up, speaking out, trying again, trusting when the outcome is still unknown. Yes. It's doing things despite the fear, despite the unknown, and just doing it.
Yep.
That's right. That's good stuff.
Yeah. And sometimes courage is big and bold, like fighting for justice or starting a business. But most often, courage is quiet.
Yeah.
Like apologizing, forgiving, healing, showing up, or just getting out of bed when life is heavy.
Yeah.
You got courage.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Okay.
What does courage look like in your life? Do you always feel like you want to move into courage?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Courage always look like strong, boastful, proud? No. It sometimes can look like shaking of the knees, sweat, heartbeat, beating fast.
Yes.
Like courage is just sometimes like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this, but I don't have no idea how it's going to turn out.
That's right.
Being courageous can really be uncomfortable because it's stepping out of that comfort zone and trying to grow, but it definitely can be uncomfortable.
Yeah. I like to look at courage as the bridge between who we are and who we are becoming. That's how I like to look at courage. Because without courage, our dreams stay dreams and the potential stays hidden. I think in the TikTok community, we talked about your dreams don't work unless you do.
Yeah.
You got to put in work
to make your dreams come to life. And you got to have courage to put in that work.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to have courage to put in that work. So so I think one of the individuals that I like in my life is Maya Angelou. And she has this quote that says, courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. Meaning, if you don't have the courage to take that step, if you don't have the courage to call, if you don't have a courage to speak out, you'll never know what's going to happen.
That's good.
That
You got to
true.
be consistent. I love that.
Yeah,
You definitely do.
yeah. So that's what I think. So you have to have courage before anything. Courage unlocks everything. Without it, you'll always stay in your safe zone.
Yeah. That comfort zone I was just talking about.
Say it.
You'll always stay in that comfort zone.
You'll always stay in that comfort zone. And what happens when you move out that comfort zone? Growth. Growth can happen. Can other things happen outside the comfort zone? Like, yes, I might fail. But guess
Definitely.
what? As long as you get up and keep trying or going another avenue, you truthfully have courage.
And so what if you fail? Now you know how to take on the situation when it comes to again. Now you know how to maneuver after that. So what?
Yeah. So let's do this, Mr. White.
Yes.
Think about the areas where you played it safe due to fear.
It's too many to name.
You played it safe.
It's
Let's
too many
see
to
what
name.
pops up in your mind.
Well, one of the things, yeah, I'll go ahead and use this. One of the things I played it safe with, everybody that knows me knows I used to love to cook. So me being slowful, taking my time to actually get out there and put my skills on display for people to critique or anything else. We'll let life get in the way versus stepping out on faith or what we want to try and to accomplish. And next thing you know, that dream that you had is put on the back burner, or you just let completely go away. So that's one of the places that I have played it safe with. I don't know. It could be a lot of things.
That's good.
Maybe underlying tone of fear.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I don't know, just feeling like you're not ready, and that's still tied into fear. Yeah.
But I love how you brought the fear piece in, because sometimes people may think courage means fearless. But it doesn't. It just means I'm moving forward despite of fear.
Yes.
And then what's on the other end of fear? Like we said, you could succeed. I appreciate how you brought up the food truck idea. We had a plan. We had all these things in place. But something that was a dream and a passion of yours has been put on the back burner. And I think that's very important for us to check ourselves to say, are we still wanting to do that thing?
And that's the thing.
That is true.
That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Initially, there was a desire there, like a strong desire there. Plus some hesitation because of not knowing and blah, blah, blah. But the desire was there. Over time, the longer we let stuff get away from us, that desire that we once had can start to fade away. So that's kind of where I am now.
Yeah.
Still want to do it, but the desire that I once had, is not as strong as it was before. The thing that got me back into wanting to do it was dealing with, my daughter. When my daughter started cooking and different things like that, she's constantly asking me questions. So it kind of sparked my desire. So I think it's important when you have those dreams, those goals, and those milestones that you want to meet. Surround yourself around people that's going to pour into you, even if it's unknown, even if you're not necessarily going to them for something, but something about what they got going on sparks that fire back up in you.
Yeah.
So it's important to surround yourself with like-minded people that's already doing what you're doing, that you can ask, tips about, just surround yourself around people that you can learn from. That's how you grow. So.
And also the whole thing with fear, some people may, before starting a business or something, it's not always like, oh, what if I fail? For me, sometimes it's that fear of success. type of thing.
Ooh,
where like
that's good right there. Fear of success. Tell me, boy, tell me more.
So like with the food truck and even with me designing and stuff, it wasn't like, oh, I'm nervous to start because I'm gonna fail. It was, I'm nervous to start because then we're locked in. Like, what if it takes off? Then our time is just gone. We're gonna be working the food truck constantly. I'm gonna have to design clothes around the clock. So it's like that fear of how our life could change in that aspect.
Fear of success. That hits. That's a whole nother episode right there. But fear of success, you're worried about what your time is going to look like working in something that you're passionate about and something that you love, but yet we'll give time to something that we don't even love, and we say it's a paycheck. If we don't learn how to invest in ourselves, have the courage to say, yes, this is going to take up more time in the beginning.
That is true.
In the beginning. But it ain't always going to be like that, because then you're going to have things put in place that's going to help you smooth out the business. Anyone who has started a business will tell you there was some late hours.
Oh, yeah.
There were some early mornings. Mm-hmm. There were some things you had to give up. But look at them now.
Oh, yeah.
Think about the people that we see as successful. I bet you it took courage for them to step out.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you it took time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Sacrifice. I bet you say it. That was my next word.
Go ahead. Sacrifice.
I bet you it took sacrifices. Yeah. We are not going to be afraid of success. We are walking into success. We're putting courage across our chest, and we're saying we can do this. Because if we can do this for someone else's passion, we can definitely do it for our own.
Yeah.
Courage. Look, courage make you talk different. Courage make you say, I own this. I got this. Say it with your chest. That's what courage does.
Yeah.
Courage does. And I love it because we may not have all the ideas, but all we have to do is say we got the courage to take that step forward. And if that means connecting with our other brothers and sisters, those that don't mind sharing and saying, this is how I got there, oh man, success is knocking on the door.
Hey, and it's easier to do it when you're connected with somebody. If you're doing all the heavy lifting on your own, you can get there. It might take you a little bit longer. You're going to be worn out mentally, physically, and everything else. But imagine you connect with people that got the same drive, the same goals, ambition that you have. Yeah. That load becomes a lot easier to handle.
Absolutely.
It's really using your resources and what you have around you that will help you get you there a little faster.
She said it. That's exactly where I was going. That when you link up with the right people, what you thought was going to be stressful end up being right on time. Yeah. Now, I'm not even going to play. So y'all know I just started this TikTok journey. And building a community, I probably had like 100 friends. I don't even think I had 100, but I had some. And then you start to go into these rooms and people say things like, you got this, sis. How do I come alongside you and help you? What is this like? And so I think that's what we got to understand. In real life, there's somebody on the other side of that wall that's saying, how do I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, because being completely transparent, we those type of people.
Absolutely.
If it's something that we can help somebody with and we have knowledge about something, we don't withhold it.
No, I got you.
What you need.
We got you.
Yeah.
What you need? How do we help you?
So as easy as we would jump to help somebody, as long as it's right. I'm going to put that out there.
Put that right. Put that out there. Oh, yeah. Gotta feel good. Gotta be right.
Others are open and willing. The only thing we got to do, closed mouths don't get fed. If somebody don't know you hurting, if somebody don't know you going through something, you're going to go through that thing without, you know what I'm saying, without any help. Yeah. You got to say, you got to say what you need.
I like that. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's something we hear, and we hear people say it. Yeah. But honestly, I've seen it happen. And then next thing you know, you're upset because they didn't help you. But guess what? You didn't tell nobody.
You didn't tell nobody.
You think we're not mind readers.
You went through it by yourself, and now you moping around because ain't nobody helping me. Don't nobody care. Yeah, you might not have let it be known what you needed. So
absolutely, courage. How does courage show up in your practical day-to-day? How does that happen? Your day-to-day. Thinking about the professional and personal world, they go. This one goes hand in hand. Crucial conversations. Sometimes people don't necessarily want to have those tough conversations because they're worried about feelings and things like that. But it takes courage to say, I'm going to talk to them about this. It's easy to walk away and say, whatever. That's easy to do. It takes the courage to say, hey, can we talk about this? Hey, this been weighing on me. Hey, you want to get to the next step and you want to do better in your job. Let me just give you some tidbits.
Let me throw this at you too. Have you ever had something to say to someone, disregarded it? Same example. It'll be okay, but because you're a person that cares about stuff, it still weighed on you.
Absolutely.
Like, I should have said something.
Absolutely.
You don't want to have those regrets, or be that stumbling block for somebody where the information you had could have got them over to the other side, but because you kept your mouth closed because of that fear, because you didn't have the courage to say what it was, that caused them to fall. That can weigh on a person as well.
Yeah. I think I've learned, because when you know something, yes, you want to be able to quickly share. But I've learned I had to step back and truthfully pray about it, because people don't always receive the things
in the way you intended it.
Or maybe I'm the wrong person to give that information, because if I give them they might look at me, oh, she just doing this. Well, truthfully, I thought we had a relationship that I probably could say something. But I have had to learn every bit of news is not mine to share. So sometimes I got to say in my prayer time, Lord, if you want me to share this, give me a sign. Give me a sign, because you can also lose good people in your lives. Because, think about this. Boyfriend, girlfriend, or something like that. You got this best friend, and you know something is happening in your relationship. Matter of fact, let's bring it to our life. You were sitting in a ice cream shop one time with one of your airmen, right? Someone sent me a picture of you sitting in that restaurant, basically to let me know, hey, you know where your man at right now? Thankfully, I knew exactly where my man was, because he told me. But that person felt that they could tell me, or that person was being messy. I don't know which one she was. It's your perspective, last episode. But that right there is saying, she took the steps. She said, hey, this person is my life. I'm going to let her know. That could have easily went left.
You're right.
So I think we have to worry about what we tell. So I'm telling you, I've grown so much in my life. I got to ask God first on my move. I got to. I don't know. Courage. How else does courage show up in our day-to-day, y'all? It takes courage to do a lot of things these days.
It takes courage to get up and step outside your house. Go to the store sometimes. Open your mouth.
Think about this. Keandra, as you are looking for jobs, not looking for jobs, but things just keep falling in your lap, sometimes we look at the qualifications of a job and already
disqualify ourselves.
Yes.
Because we look at, say, oh, I don't fit this. I had someone tell me, she said, what you're doing, there's CEOs that do this, and they make double, they make triple. She said, don't sell yourself short. So I had to learn, don't sell myself short. I ain't cocky, but I can't sell myself short.
No, I love that. That's definitely what I'm learning right now, not to undersell myself, and really to just be courageous, especially in those interviews. Yep. Guess what now? There's good news about courage. It's like a muscle. The more you practice it, the more you work on it, the stronger you get. And next thing you know, you don't even think about the courage. You're like, this is who I am. If I don't do it, I'll never know how far I've come. I'll never know what will come my way.
Like you said,
so it's like a muscle.
Said consistency.
Consistency. I like it.
And it's really about starting small. It's not like you don't have to wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm just gonna do everything on my list. Start small. Start with saying yes to just simple things.
Yeah. Because guess what? Courage is not going to always feel good. So I don't want you to be listening to this podcast and be like, oh, courage is always going to feel good. Nope, it's going to feel awkward.
Yes.
It is.
It's going to feel messy at times.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to leave you in spots of being uncertain.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do it, I promise you, it will be worth it because you're getting to the other side of that thing.
That's right. You're getting past that fear.
Yeah. And you don't have to wait for the perfect moment. Sometimes you just got to step out there.
Yep.
You got to step out there.
And I said getting past that fear, but like we stated earlier, is courage is still doing it when you are fearful.
Yep.
Courage is doing it even with the fear.
Despite the fear.
Yes.
And
Despite the fear.
hardest thing most of the time is getting started. And once you get started, you're set. The hardest thing is taking that first step forward. So,
Yeah.
I love it.
Because I will promise you, who you are right now, there's more to you. And the world needs that best version of you.
That's good.
The world really needs that best version of you.
You need the best version of you.
you do. You'll thank yourself later.
Facts.
Yeah. So we hope as you're tuning in to episode 4 of our word series, Courage. Courage. We hope you feel inspired and just a little bit bolder as you move through this week. And if this episode touched you in any way,
Share it.
share it.
Share it and follow us.
Follow
and
us.
subscribe.
Do it. Don't forget YouTube, Facebook, all your podcast platforms. Join the conversation with us. We want to hear from you. What does courage look like in your life? What does it look like? Gosh.
Let us know.
Let us know. And you guys know how we like to end everything. As you're walking this journey called life.
Find us at Lowe's, Lowe's, Home Depot, and Carl's Jr. on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays.
You are the key piece to your story.
Haters, man.
Until next time, thank you for tuning in. Bye.